looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like TNT. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument, take your friends and them can and all come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you were part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning. Wash up and wipe your face, get your snack to come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps. What do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like TNT. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument, take your friends and them can and all come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you were part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning. Wash up and wipe your face, get your snack to come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day. Hey, it's your boy Big Phil Speaks. And this be the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. I was wondering where that feedback came from. Listen, how y'all feeling this day on this beautiful hump day, Wednesday, the 27th day of March? Listen, you're blessed. You better feel like you're blessed, because I know I do. I've arisen yet another day, got my eyes open, got my vocal cords, got my extremities, and life is feeling good right about now. You hear me? So you know what I'm going to do, and I implore you to do, to make this a better day than it was yesterday, because you ain't have to be here. And more importantly, I'm going to plan, plot, and strategize, so should you, so that if I'm so blessed to see tomorrow, that I'll work to make it an even better day than the day. Good morning, folks. What's popping? Who in the building? Nephew. Papa True Guns in the building. The Moderation King, Home Team, GMG, Southeast Slimmy is Night Rider is in the building, Sexy Sugar Mama, she's in here. Good morning, good morning. Des and D130, that good HR team. Super is in the building. Dev Lee, she done came on in off the early. Good morning to ye. Bree Bree. Hey, Bree Bree, I see you. You in the building, Miss A Block, another third of that good HR team. She's in the building, Who else we got in the building? J-Man, oh, the other third, the messy third of that good HR team is in the building. The HR team is in here strong. No Diddy, no doubt, baby. Huh? We in here. Hustle every day is in the building. Ball about the dreadnought. Huh? Pause. No Diddy. QV, she's in here all the way from Australia. Peace, love, and blessings. GMG, huh? Lady Cosanita, she's in the building. Uh-oh, music for God too. Good morning, darling. She's in the building. Huh? You never heard my intro before, Devlin? You never heard it before? Uh-oh. The Berg is in the building. Jeannie Miles, she's in here. Listen. Oh, thank you, Devlin. I appreciate that. Game Fanatic, thank you. Thank you. You in the building. I see you. Not moving on up, not moving on up. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. Subtle Thoughts is in the building. Yeah, on repeat. What the figure, D? Huh? Hey, looky. What do we have here? Probably the best Dawn Morning show to ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear. There's plenty of others that do it B.I.G., but none of gets you up, though, like GMG. Huh? But keep it in a buck, though. None of gets you up, though, like GMG. Listen. Huh? Vino Diva, she's in the building all the way from that yay area. Good morning to ye. Don't forget, forget to hit that like button. Boop, boop. While you at it, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Boop, boop. And while you at it, hit that notification bell. Bing! So you be one of the first to know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drops, whenever Feel the Love Friday drop, or anything that I put on this Big Phil Speaks channel. That part, huh? Phil the DJs retired that sound in 2003. Well, I'm going to bring it back, J-Man, huh? Did you get a new mic? I've been had this mic, huh? And my mic sounds nice. Check one. No, daddy. Reason in the building. I see you. Listen, before we get started, before we go up, C. Baptiste is in the building. Good morning, C. Baptiste. Good morning to ye. Sexy Sugar Mama is on both the YouTube and the Facebook. I see you moving around like tires. Ain't no shout outs for 15 minutes. I'm about to get to it like I normally do it. Dread, good morning. Love Ariel. That's San Diego. She come checking from that Dago. You know what I'm saying? Give her some of that Dago love, huh? Yo, me, yo, mine. She's in here, huh? Listen, Nazia Fontaine. Peace, God. You hear me? Jay Pierce is in the building. The Berg is hanging in there tough. Hey, Phil, we forgot to do most. Whatever. He's listen, it's a lot on the wire. It's a lot on the wire. Y'all already know from my little breaking news clip the other day that Sir Did a Lot, Sir Did a Lot, aka Diddy, aka hashtag no Diddy. Listen, homes were raided in multiple locations. There's a lot going on with that, and there's a lot of things coming out about the potential or possible or ongoing investigations slash lawsuits and some other things, huh? And people, some people say, yeah, and other people say, man, nah, y'all persecuting the black man, and It's a lot of turmoil in the communities online, but guess what? I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to bring you the news, the topic, the things that mean something to you, and sometimes that don't mean shiggity to you at all. But we gonna get at it. TF31 Hundo, you can hate me now, listen, but I won't stop now. You hear me? And the other third, the messy, that part, G Miles, that part. Phil, I heard you let Diddy borrow the GMG. Yeah, okay. Not the GMG private jet. You lying. You lying, Game Fanatic. You lying. I'm not even going to read that one. But there's interesting. There's so much going on, ladies and gentlemen. First off, I'm going to let y'all see some of the footage released surrounding that raid. I think this was from LA. or whatever, which led to a statement by one of Diddy's lawyers. I'm gonna read that, and then I'm gonna double back and kind of give my input on my thoughts on the raid and whatnot like that. Listen, I'm about to put up the lawyer's statement about said raids. J Man, game, are y'all serious? Somebody send me the link to my inbox on IG. And are y'all sure that's not no IG doings? That y'all sure that's Meek Mills talking oh Lord, G-Mo Christmas. G-Mo Christmas. All y'all say, J Man, if y'all serious, game, if you serious, put that link in my damn inbox. I can't play it on here, but I got to hear that for myself. You hear me? I think Phil works with TMZ. Not Harley, but shout out to TMZ for that footage, though. Shout out to TMZ for that footage. Listen, I'm about to show y'all the statement. Coming from Aaron Dyer, Diddy's attorney. Yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained but spoke to and cooperated with authorities despite media speculation. Neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. This unprecedented ambush paired with the advance coordinated media presence leads to a premature arrest of judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Again, that's Aaron Dyer, Diddy's attorney. Now, Mr. Diddy do it, Mr. Diddy, Mr. Sean Combs. I guess you are far removed from the hood, right? when the feds come and knocking and they got a search warrant, they tear your house up, especially depending on what it is they're looking for. You just got some things knocked over, moved around, and disheveled. Sometimes they tear into walls, tear cushions up, and all kinds of bullshittery. So you better thank thank God they didn't tear your walls up, because you might got some stuff hidden in the wall. Allegedly. Listen. Now, the only thing I can say is I was shocked and surprised to see Homeland Security carrying it out. But if the rumors and the allegations are true that there's some law enforcement individuals and federal agents involved in some of these shenanigans, then I get why Homeland Security was the ones carrying it out, huh? Oh, they thought the feds were supposed to be not. Yeah, day man, but little do we know, we in the hood go through them things all the time. You hear me? Unfortunately. Miss Piggy Lace, I'm going into that a little bit later. Mumbo Sauce, what's goody like the mob? Charlie Hustle, D Blade, Donnell G, Frank Murphy, my Uptown compadre in the building. Shavala, I see you. Y'all in the building, huh? This is my thing, right? They don't always lock you up when they come to your door with a search warrant. They might be looking for key things that witnesses said that you could find here, there, or, you know what I'm saying? Or they might have been swabbing for DNA. You don't know what the hell they had, what they was doing in that house. You don't know, right? He lucky they didn't pour out all the food and put out. Hey, J-Man, little does he know. That's what I'm saying. He's far removed. You hear me? Dana Mac, good morning to ye. What going on, Jeannie Miles? That was from the raid at Puffy's LA mansion. That was from the raid that's been all over the news in Puffy's mansion. That's some of how they left his house or whatever the case may be. Hey, Nazir, cutting car seats, all that. Listen, they don't know what the hell his attorney nor Puffy. I guess they don't understand what it's like. But guess what? Welcome to the real world. They looking for whatever is on that warrant until they get all items they're gonna take. That's a fact. And at the same time that these warrants been taken out, his crew was stopped at the airport. Stopped in the airport, and customs agents went on the plane, and they searched the plane. They searched individuals, and Brendan Paul, is either Brandon or Brendan Paul, allegedly was found with cocaine, marijuana on his person, or whatever the case may be. Now, what people don't understand, people are calling him his drug mule, allegedly, in on social media. But the reason why they're doing so, because there's an individual with the last name Jones who had a lawsuit against Diddy and all his companies and a few other cohorts that spells out and names Brendan Paul as Diddy's alleged drug supplier, as well as illegal gun supplier, allegedly. And the fact that they hemmed him up for whatever he had on him, it looked like a little white boy or something of that effect, or whatever the case may be. Ex-basketball player, they say. Might be turning the twisting things up, turning their heat up a little bit, because once they get him in interrogation room, I'm pretty sure white boy ain't gonna want to stay in no Florida jail, because it's a little different in them Florida jails, even the holding joints. Kim E, good morning to ye. That's simply Nate. That's a fact. Trying to get him to flip, and they probably gonna get him to do it. Send us a game. Send it to Big Phil Speaks on IG, if you could. Either that or send it to Big Phil Speaks at gmail.com. I'd rather send it to my IG though. That's a fact. Mumbo Sauce. There are two types of search warrants. One for persons and another for evidence. That's a fact of Mundo. Hell, you got money, Diddy, don't you? You got money. Have your cleaning company come in there, have your maid and peoples come in there and clean all that stuff up. You pay well, don't you, Daddy? Mr. Did you do it? You pay well. Go on and handle that. Just welcome to the average inner city man that might have got twisted and caught up in some bullshittery, with the law or whatever, whether they were guilty or not. Because when they come in there to do them search warrants, they tear shit up. You missed the whole where you been at, Dav Lee? Where you been at? Thank you, Papa True Guns. I appreciate that. They definitely gonna press Brendan Paul. The document I'm talking about from the guy, Mr. Jones, is a 34-page document. I think it's 34 pages. Let me put this up, put my little disclaimer up before I go any further. Allegedly, in the lawsuit, this individual spells out improper acts, sexual, assaults, attempts of sexual assaults, illicit activities, some trafficking, allegedly that include two of his sons in different instances, allegedly that include a couple R&B singers, allegedly that include a rapper or two, allegedly that includes Stevie J, the producer, Love and Hip Hop, that's Stevie J, doing different activities, whether it been with Puffy himself or with other people, women, et cetera, that they're saying that there might have been some underage girls involved with this situation, allegedly. And in this case filing, there are clips and stills of video footage that I guess that have been submitted along with this court document. And in some of the stills, it's kind of like, whoa. There's a still of allegedly Stevie J engaging in same sex with a white dude, which might be Brendan Paul. Who knows? Allegedly, I don't know. I don't want no lawsuit. But there's a lot going on. It spells out a lot. They say that I forget the lady's name. I'll pull it up later. There's a lady that Diddy do it, Mr. Diddy himself, has on his team that's they're equating to be the equivalent of the, what's her name, Gerline or whatever her name is, who is the right-hand woman for Jeffrey Epstein. And that's deep. That's deep. This talks of him having different ones solicit and bring back both prostitutes as well as younger women to the situation, bringing men to the situation. It gets deep. It gets deep. And all I can say is, listen, if you're innocent, Daddy, then you'll have your day, right? Because if you think they're not coming for you in some way or you're not going to be charged with something, I think you sadly mistaken, because they're not coming to your house to gather up information for that civil lawsuit. They're not doing that. They don't do that. I can guarantee you that. Let me see where I missed off. Quincy probably with his dad. If you notice, Quincy ain't really been around for a minute. Quincy has not been around for a minute. I think after I'll Be Sure came up out of his situation, out of the hospital, and Quincy kind of got more information from maybe his father and various others, you notice he ain't really been around Puffy and them in a minute, or at least visually it didn't seem like it well before this. So you got to understand, his mother died mysteriously. His father almost died, and the way in which he got sick was mysterious, right? Then you got the rumblings of a lot of things going on in the industry and surrounding Puffy. Him possibly be involved with both situations. For Quincy, that has to be a whole lot. That has to be a whole lot. J-Man said, this is bigger than Puff, though. They want Puffy to bring down somebody. Man, listen. Phil, we are doing research. Get that disclaimer. That's a factamundo. Yes, these are all for educational and research purposes. I am not law enforcement. I could never be. And I damn sure ain't putting no jacket on a man nor a woman. You hear me? Feds is looking for tapes. People keep saying Puff had. That's a fact. Not live from VA as Big Phil speaks. There's creepy footage of Diddy with Bieber talking about having custody of him. Yeah, Kim E, that part right there. That part right there. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. I bet Jocelyn be in this because of Stevie J. Look, Epstein Island is the Nickelodeon logo. Lord, have mercy. Puff got them things hitting good. No, but hold on. Simply nay. Now, in the lawsuit, some of the evidence that the dude, Mr. Jones, said that he procured came from off of his cell phone, which he said at times Puffy grabbed his cell phone and recorded himself on that man's cell phone for whatever intent and purposes. Mr. Jones alleges that he also got shots and footages of certain drug transactions, which implicate Brendan Paul, Puffy, and some other things, and allegedly illegal guns being dispersed or whatever the case may be. This case got a lot going on. Yeah, he's probably definitely not the ring. He's his own ringleader, but I'm pretty sure there's people over him. That's a fact. Quincy only be around for his sisters. Yeah, that part right there. Quincy promoting that smoke shop. Listen, I ain't mad at him. Get his paper. True, Phil. They was hoping that he didn't color that coma. Yeah, definitely. Because if y'all remember when Kim Porter died, Al B. Shore was hella broken up, and within his being broken up, he was saying certain things that if you listen, he was kind of alluding to certain things then. And I think at that point, they was like, oh, he need to be shut to figure it out. You hear me? Who is Quincy Hustle Every Day? Quincy Brown, which is Albie Shore's son, who has been raised or partially raised around Diddy and Diddy's house. And Kim Porter, who is Christian Combs' mother, as well as the twins' mother, is also Quincy Brown's mother. I'm sorry, is also Quincy Brown's mother. So Kim Porter was with Albie Shore before she was with Puffy. Also, the young girls allegedly consented to sex and can state that he will not be charged if they are of the age based on in that state. That could be true. That could be true. But then but also Shavala, if the allegations are true that they were drugged, because they're saying in this document that Diddy had he had two sets of alcohol. He had one that was laced with ecstasy or whatever the case may be for the girls and for the party participants, and then he had bottles for him and a couple other people, whatever the case may be. Now, if they were inebriated, there's no way that they can legally state that they gave full consent to do anything besides maybe just being in the room or maybe being around. But there's no way, if they were drugged or intoxicated, there's no way that they can say, I gave my full consent. That's not going to stand up in court by a long shot. If you would, hit that like button for your boy so we can menage with the algorithm. Y'all know what I like to say. I want to get out here. I know y'all got love for your boy, but I got more love to give. So please hit that thumbs up. You're not going to miss nothing in the comments. I promise you to be there when you get back if you don't see the thumbs up option while you in the chat. Do that for your boy. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to come back and see something that we got going on, because we always got something going on. You hear me? It's something good for you. It said that someone bought it. No need. Oh, yeah. I ain't even get to that part yet. Yeah, I ain't even get to that part yet, Jeannie. Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, that was her name. Well, Christian is still around, and the twins, and Kim Porter was also there, bomb. So, yes, maybe Quincy is listening and leaning towards his dad's side. Yeah, I don't even think they want Diddy. I think he's weak enough to bring everybody else down. That's the big, definitely that's the big question. That's the big question. I still think that he pissed somebody the hell off. He pissed somebody else off. They said that he was trying to buy something recently that might have angered people. Other people saying that he might have got into it with the liquor giants that really own, you know, De Leon and Ciroc or whatever the case may be, outside of the shares he had, that he might have pissed them off, or some of the powers that be in the industry, in the music industry. He might have pissed them off. It's no way to know. I got to do that, QV. Got to do that. So they can't say that. Even if I verbally forget to say it, it's right there in your face. Allegedly, allegedly. You are now watching Whatever the Case May Be Records. You feel me? A subsidiary of GMG Row. You said we just basically gossiping without facts, right? Nah, there are certain facts that we can't that are being presented, but I'm just saying allegedly, just to cover all bases. Period. And if you've been around and been around certain individuals, you know certain things to be definitely true. Such as myself, I've been around certain people, and I know some accusations along these, down the line have been true. And I'm not gonna say which or which ones, but certain things. So all these are for now allegations. Sabrina C, good morning to ye. Excuse me. I got you. Thank you, Game Fanatic. Appreciate it. 757 Buzz was goody. The Berg. Now I ain't hear that mess. Now this is interesting, right? For those that might be naysayers and say they is a witch hunt, they just want Puffy. They want Puffy. They want Puffy. Pause. Puffy's innocent. Puffy ain't do this. Diddy ain't do this. Diddy didn't do that. Right? Why would he all of a sudden make it make sense? Why would he all of a sudden sell his shares to Revolt? Why would he try to get liquid real quick? Because if you're not guilty and you got other monies, why would you why would you sell off your shares to Revolt? Speaking of which, the buyer is allegedly an anonymous person, but they're saying, hold on, let me share this real quick before we get back into the Diddy situation. Bong. Ain't we lucky we got him? Diddy sells Revolt TV stake to anonymous buyer report. The news comes a day after federal agents reportedly raid the embattled music mogul's Miami and Los Angeles homes. Sean Diddy Combs has reportedly agreed to a deal to sell his stake in Revolt TV after stepping down from his role as chairman in November amid sexual assault allegations. According to TMZ, Combs sold his remaining shares of Revolt to an anonymous buyer. The report notes that the company will remain black owned, which is a good thing. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. Revolt TV's new owner is reported to be keeping their identity hidden for the next few weeks, but will eventually have a formal introduction as head of the media company at a later date. I bet you I know who it is too. The deal was reportedly finalized this week. Revolt's current CEO, Datavio Samuels, and Chief Brand Officer Dion Graham will remain in their roles for the time being. The news broke as Combs' Miami and Los Angeles homes were reportedly raided by federal agents on Monday, March 25th. The raids were executed by Homeland Security in connection with an ongoing federal sex trafficking investigation, according to reports. Allegedly, TMZ reports on Monday that Homeland Security of New York launched an ongoing investigation linked to Combs and that the case is being handled out of the Southern District of New York. Excuse me. With officers swarming the Los Angeles property, video footage appeared to show individuals being detained, two of whom appeared to be Diddy's sons, King Combs and Justin Combs. It's unknown whether the elder Combs was at either home during the raids. We all know that he wasn't. Combs has been the subject of numerous sexual assault-related civil suits over the past several months. Ex-girlfriend Cassie lit the fuse in November 2023 when she filed a lawsuit accusing Combs of physical abuse and repeated sexual assault while they were dating. The two parties agreed to settle the lawsuit less than 24 hours. Sorry about that. Less than 24 hours later. Later in November, after being accused of sexual abuse by two more women, Combs stepped down as chairman of Revolt, which he helped launch in 2013, excuse me. In the months since, he has been accused of sexual assault in two additional lawsuits. One filed by Jane Doe, who claimed he sex trafficked and gang raped her, and another by a music producer. That's Mr. Jones. That's Mr. Jones, who allegedly worked with Combs on his 2023 album, the Love album, Off the Grid. The Bad Boy CEO has denied any wrongdoing and attempted to clear his name with a post on social media in December. Enough is enough, Combs wrote at that time. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Billboard has reached out to representatives for Combs for comment on this story. Listen. Come on now. Okay, here we go. Where we at? So you sell your baby. You sell one of the things that you put together that is flourishing. I get the stepping down as a chairman, either forever or for a period of time till all this blow over. But I want thinking minds to think. Why would he sell the rest of his stake in Revolt TV? Unless there's a need for money for certain purposes, whether it be for defense or whether it be just in case he don't make it home tonight. Yeah, you hear me? Luscious Thickums, I see you in the building. Hey, Thickums, that was his number one mistake right there. He paid her way too fast. But with everything that was in her case, in that what you call it, it probably, in his mind, it was a good thing to hurry up, pay her off, so she shut the figgity up, in this case, go away. But what it already did was it ignited a wildfire. And if you know anything about a wildfire, if you don't get on it right away, that thing spread heavily, and that's what it did. That's what it did. And some of the tangible evidence that supposedly surrounds her case, recordings and such, led for some other investigations to be open. I think he sold shares because of the payout to Cassie and whoever else he didn't know about. He already paid Cassie out. He paid Cassie out in November. This sale of Revolt just happened the day after the raid, which was the raid was on the 25th. So the sale was the 26th. This is now the 27th. It has nothing to do with the Cassie by payment. The way that it looks, I can, I'm not, of course, I'm not a accountant. I'm not his accountant, and I wasn't in the room, so I can only speculate. He probably sold it for the low. Now, the question is, who do y'all think bought it? Who do y'all think bought it? I can only think of one person who bought it, who needs something like that to further their empire. Who do y'all think bought it? May said on this show that folks laughed at him for running the church, but he avoided all the Diddy gates over the years, including what's unfolding now. But did you? Did you, Mace? Did you really? Who knows? He was on De Leon over not planting the agave plants for him to make his tequila when he started dating Young Miami. They did not like her image with him. Allegedly, he probably sold the shares back to himself. I doubt that. How? How could that don't even seem possible? He probably sold it to Dylan, and Dylan. They said, what if it's 50? I don't think it's 50. I don't think it's 50. Y'all know who I think it is? I don't think he did. I think that was a misconception, Devley, about him trying to flee. I don't think that was what it was. They said that it was a trip already planned or whatever the case may be. It looked like it initially, but I think they had a trip already planned, and the way it was looking, the feds had eyes on that plane everywhere, everything it was doing anyway. Thus the reason why customs agents went on that plane and arrested old boy. That's a fact. Less than 24 hours is a record if you're innocent. That's a fact. Did y'all see the Mace interview on the $1 million worth of game podcast? I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. Game. I'm gonna have to go back out because he know his time is up. God damn it! When he gave when he gave that publishing away, Michael Publishing dead, Prince Publishing dead, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly Publishing. This goes way back to Muddy Waters and Cadillac Records. Interesting. Interesting. He said 50 Cent is casting people for that documentary. What I hate about things like this, not the victim similar to R. Kelly case, when you have people who have seen things and similar to the guy Jones, why not speak up after seeing said things? Well, Shavala, you got to understand at the time, Diddy was strong out here. He would pause. He was hella strong out here. He had hella muscle. He had hella muscle. And people were coming up mysteriously missing, gone, dead, hurt, whatever the case may be. Now, also in this guy Jones's paperwork, he speaks to a guy named Fahim Muhammad, who allegedly is Puffy's cleanup man that cleans up messes, have people missing, get at law enforcement to quiet things down, do whatever needs to be taken. Now, these are all allegations. So I'm saying it with an allegedly behind it. But for a while there, you got to understand at a time, Shavala, there it was a lot of muscle around Diddy. And with the monies that they were making, and then some of the people that were backing Diddy had even more power. Diddy going to Bali with Russell Simmons. You think that he's being railroaded though, Shavala? You think that he's being railroaded? Why? Question: Was anyone else totally surprised at this side of Daddy Diddy? Or was it me? Just me? I mean, his Lord have mercy. Same thing happened to Bill. He paid that woman off, and years later came back. Yeah. I wonder who else will come out of being connected. It's Mandy Isaac. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I wonder who else. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of names and entities spelled out in this guy Jones's lawsuit. To me, it looks like he has more people and more entities added in his lawsuit than Cassie had in her lawsuit. To be 100. Richie bugged out. Money can't shut everyone up or make everything disappear. Ah. If you look at the trail, if you look at the trail of people that died mysteriously, it make you wonder. But how do we know the negotiations to sell his shares was not already in motion? A deal like that does not happen in a few days. There will be negotiations. Maybe you might be right. You might be right, Shavala, but the timing of it all. Now, Shavala, somebody might have offered to buy them a long time ago, but because of the pressing nature of the situation, Puffy might have decided, like, okay, yeah, let me go on and get these shares up off me. Now, one or the other or both could be right. I don't think Jay-Z bought it, Subtle. I don't think Jay-Z bought it. You know who I think bought it? I think Tyler Perry bought it. Shavala, I was there. Yep, there you go. So he sold it to DJ Envy. No, he didn't. It will be a power move for Jay to buy it, but I think Tyler Perry bought it. Reason why I think Tyler Perry bought it because Tyler Perry was in talks to try to buy BET and also in talks to maybe partner up with Puffy to purchase BET. So it only makes sense. It only makes sense because that's one component that Tyler Perry is missing. He got the big ass movie production down or whatever, similar to Paramount and them, actually bigger than Paramount and them, and it would just make sense. It would almost be like a checkmate, so to speak. Charlie also said Quincy Jones. Nah, I don't think Quincy Jones bought it. Phil, once you're under surveillance, everything is watched, and I'll be surprised if there's no watch. That's a fact. That's a fact, Jay, man. That is a big fact. That's it. You know, he was taking his kids. I'm about far back. I wasn't that far back in the comments. Well, let me ask you this, Shavala. If he's being railroaded, if he these things, how is he being railroaded? As opposed to chickens coming home to roost. How if he did these things, right, that are being spelled out, how do you feel as though that accounts or amounts to being railroaded, as opposed to justice finally coming to somebody's doorstep? If he did any of these things, just a question. That publishing is generating generational wealth for those folks at the top. Russell left quietly. Yeah, Russell got out the way when the groundwork of investigations into his stuff got underway. Diddy, on the other hand, has been around here thumbing his nose, partying and living it up and still doing him in the face of a lot of things. He probably sold Revolt on the low. No, whatever. Miss A Block now, that's a whole nother, that's a good point. Railroaded is crazy. How many artists did he railroad? He stole from all of them. That allegedly, now that's a good point. That's a very good point. Paggy reeking of that good pack. Good morning to ye. He was unaliving, doing it to get the music catalog for those. Man, listen. He sold that recently. You can make a deal overnight under these circumstances. Yeah, that's a fact. The same way Pac, signed this deal with Death Row kind of basically overnight. The only thing that took the extra step was to get him out of jail. That is I got you, Shavala. I don't want to believe it. It's shaking my head. It's unbelievable, but believable. Fame went to his head at a young age. It's in his bloodline. His daddy did it. Okay, allegedly to that. I agree. I think this Ray was used for Puffy to keep his mouth shut. They use his kids as an example. You can get touched also, similar to Epstein. Shavala.
Morning, good morning, good morning. I can't stay up long. I am actually working today. But I wanted to clarify because all the typing the paragraphs is too much. When I say
Uh-huh.
railroaded, similar to the R. Kelly situation, what I mean is, of course, we can't be so naive to think that all the NDAs are expiring at the same time. Because I know when it came to Cassie, they said, oh, she could finally speak as her NDA. No, that's not true. My thing is when I say railroaded, when everybody pile up on one person at one time, which is everything allegations, because of course, there were talks previously. Now, I can't speak for everybody. Some people were scared to lose their job. I know you were mentioning muscle. I know, those things. But again, if you're so concerned now when Mad Day comes, why weren't you concerned then? Because again, we can be fooled. Pop still has muscle. we see the fans or whatever. I still feel like there are people that are working within his organization, allegedly, probably that are within feds or whatever. He got people on his side. You're not going to go decades and decades and get away with stuff. Of course, we know it's a God that sits high and looks low, and eventually your day is going to come. But again, he has people in power still that is protecting him. I don't think that this is going to be the end, the demise. He's going to lose some money, a lot of money, but I don't think this is the end for him.
I,
So
well,
that's what I mean by railroading when I say things like that.
I've always said that I think that he pissed somebody off, and they removed the veil of protection off of him.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
I do think that he was protected from higher ups and higher record execs and other people, but I think he did something, and they said, "Oh yeah, you feeling yourself? Watch this."
Yeah, you're feeling yourself, and especially as soon as the stuff with the liquor company, like you mentioned, getting suing the liquor company, those
Mm,
people are in powers. We don't know who they're in bed with.
that's a
We don't know who those heads of those companies are, and sometimes you ruffle the wrong feathers. But I just wanted to say that even with some going into the R. Kelly situation, I feel like with him also personally, it's a railroading situation because you have people around, primarily the parents that could have stopped, stepped in, but you're so thirsty and eager to get your kids on, you will sell your kids and do anything just to be in the know. So now you want to make documentaries. Now you want to go to Lifetime and get money off of what you did to your child. You understand what I'm saying?
But
And
how is
then now,
that a railroad?
hmm,
How is that a
hmm,
railroad? Because the reason why I say that, R. Kelly dumbass. Well, let me say this: when he got acquitted in Chicago, that was his. That should have been his wake up call right there.
no, correct, correct. I'm
Then
talking about
hold on,
when
hold
everybody comes to you.
on, hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Before he went to jail, before these new cases opened up on R. Kelly, this dumbass made that 17 to 19-minute song talking about I did it. The same one that
Hmm.
they were trying to say that he made while he was in jail. No, that was made and put out before he got charged with all this new case that he just got found guilty of. Like
Hmm.
that was stupid. You basically
No,
he basically thumbed his nose at authority and said, "Yeah, I'm him."
correct. But the only thing that R. Kelly got on him was basically the sex trafficking. Everything was essential with those young ladies. When it happened, everything was essential. They knew what they were getting into when it came to R. Kelly. Yes, he did make the song that was stupid. But now look at it now with the young lady Israel Cleary. Her mom now released, or her father now released the text messages of her mom basically selling her daughter to him. Listen, go sit on his lap. You F him. You go ahead and do what you got to do. Swing those hips, girl. So now I feel like he needs a new case. Because now this is one of two girls that came out and said, yes, I was coerced by my parents now. You see what I'm saying? So when I say railroad, I mean that everybody's piling up, piling up, piling up. You're saying things that really did not happen. You got text messages now. Now he already got sentenced. So what do you do now? When you saw these things and you could have spoke on these things, you pushed your child on the tour bus, you pushed your child on this man's lap, you pushed this man, your child. Yeah,
Now
that's
I
what I mean by that.
agree that other people should be charged, including the
Yeah.
co-parents. I get that. but that does not negate none of the activities or none of the things that he actually.
No, but my thing is, Phil, when you are 30, one of the ladies was 30 something years old, right? There was nobody really forcibly, when you look at the documentaries and even talk, because I'm good friends with the Savages, which are their daughter Joycelyn is still there, right? And they did an interview on the couples out with Queen and G Black. I hooked that up or whatever, and they were talking about it. So no one forcibly ever kept them there. They said he had handlers, but there was no reason why you couldn't leave. There was no reason. They did welfare checks even at the Trump in Chicago
What
at the
about
hotel.
what about
Hmm.
brain? What about brainwashing? What about what's that?
Yeah, the brainwash. Yeah, yeah, the brainwashing. Definitely. Yes,
What,
definitely the brainwashing. Yeah, yeah, definitely the brainwashing, definitely Stockholm's disease, right?
Stockholm.
Yeah,
Stockholm.
they have Stockholm's disease. But my
That's
thing is, when you're a woman and you're 30 of age, we know taking the pedal situation out of it, you're going to eat. He made them eat what poop allegedly and whatever, whatever. You're going to do that. You're going to. You knew what was happening. He let you go out to clubs. You couldn't run to the nearest security guard. You couldn't run when the police came and nobody was at the hotel. You couldn't get away.
But think about this. How many women that are in or were in a really abusive situations physically
Myself, yes,
that
in the
did not,
past.
that did not leave, that weren't locked in their homes, that went to the
Hmm.
store, that went these other places, that didn't just up
Hmm.
and run or leave, whether they had money or not. Think
Hmm.
about that when you think about that situation. Sometimes it's not that cut and dry. Like, oh, girl, you
No,
should have.
no.
Girl, you should have. Why didn't you go to the authority? They should have. But
Hmm.
in reality, does that happen that often?
It does not happen that often, right? But again, if you are someone that's saying that you wanted to get out of the situation, I know it's a mental health issue situation going on there with the
Mm.
ladies. It just doesn't, like I said, we can go on day, and I'm not going to hold up on that R. Kelly because we're not talking about him. We can go on day. This is going to be like religion and politics when you talk about that situation. Like I said, again, I stand with Puff and innocent until proven guilty. I know, like last night, people was like, no Puffy, but I asked for the song. Y'all gotta stop that. We were jamming to Puff until all this came out with a Cassie.
Why?
And again, he's not the prime writer or producer on these songs, right? So I'ma still listen to it. Them other people ain't got nothing to do with what he had going on, freaky deaky stuff allegedly in his house. I'ma still play his music.
So let me ask you,
Um,
right? Because
mhm.
you've been in the industry or whatever the case,
Yes,
in and around the industry. I've been
yes,
in certain rooms in the industry or certain places or whatever the case may
you
be.
have. Hmm.
Riddle me this,
Yes,
right?
sir. Hmm.
If you feel like he's been railroaded, right, then
Hmm.
obviously somebody else should feel like he's been railroaded. And I brung this up the other day, and I think I brung it up last night. Why has no one, not an artist, singer or
Hmm.
rapper,
I'm glad you asked that.
not a producer,
Hmm.
not a fellow executive, nobody has stood up for Puff and to say, I know Puff could not have done any of these things.
That's a good question. But and I just said that yesterday to my husband. I believe that once it's officially in the courtrooms, I do feel like people are going to stand in solidarity for him. The reason saying is I saw under one of the posts, I don't know if it was Neighborhood Talk or the Shade Room, his chef was like, I've been cooking for years. I have never, and I've been in the mix. My kids and everything. His chef even said that, and like three other people, they was like, nah, I work for him too. I know what other, assistants are saying too. But nah, I work with him. I've never seen that. So for them to comment under, I said, okay, when this thing gets, I mean, you can make a video on Instagram, right? But really, and come out and speak. But really, what's going to matter is what the court hears. That's how I feel. What type of man that he was around you or when you were at said events. And I put in the Twitch last night. I don't know if you saw it. Anybody saw it? I've had a client who was signed to Bad Boy, who I still work with, and we went to an event. He has a place that he stays in when he comes to Atlanta, and he felt, I guess he felt, safe. He got us breakfast. It was a party. It was models. It was things going on. But I didn't see anything out of the ordinary where I felt like I had to remove myself. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah, and other people are saying the same thing.
Well,
Then I could flip it and say, well, maybe he didn't know everybody in the room. So was he comfortable enough to do said sex acts allegedly? You get what I'm saying? So you can flip it that way too. But if
but
he's in
a lot
mhm,
a lot of his escapades were like at the after party,
private,
after party.
this was 4 a.m. Phil. This was after like award shows. This was 4 a.m. I think we
Yeah,
left there
I get
around
it.
6, 7. Yeah.
I get it.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'll say this: there's somebody that worked at both Revolt and Bad Boy who said they moved around early because they saw the bullshit. They didn't name what bullshit they saw.
Correct.
They said they moved themselves away from the bullshit because they knew what it was. They still not outing them. They still not out. They saying they had a couple producers who've been on like Math Hoffa show, kind of innuendos about certain things. I'm just saying, usually when somebody's facing something, there's somebody that stands up right there in the midst of it, especially with social media, and says, nah, I know this person. They ain't do this. No, they a good
There
person.
have been stuff floating around. I know Stevie J's name is in it, but he said it too. There were some other people that had said it too. They're posting on their stories if you follow them, people. But they're saying it. I mean, they're just not making videos. But
Not,
I've seen it yesterday. Yeah.
and now that Stevie J's been implicated in some of the
Mm-hmm.
foolishness.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that he didn't do any of this stuff. That's the thing. That's same with Bill Cosby, same with R. Kelly. I don't feel like they have done all. And we also have to look at the nature of our people, not only our people being African American or Black, however you
Sure.
know, place yourself, but as well as white people. Everybody does it. Humans. Let me just say that humans. We do that. So you got people that remember that may be telling the truth, and you have some people that want to attach themselves to things.
I
You
get
also have some people that left,
yeah.
have been fired. You know what I'm saying? You can make up things. So you wanna also get the realization of what they're saying. I've seen people get mad about being let go from labels, and they came back and said, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna put this, and you owe me." You know what I'm saying? And what? Like you're saying all this about the people. Nobody else saw this but you.
So let
You
me
get
ask,
what I'm saying? So we also gotta be realistic here too
let
when
me
we're
ask
not in the camp.
let me ask you this: as a woman,
Mhm.
Black woman, and also a
Yes.
woman that's been through abusive situation or whatever the case may
Yes.
be, do you think Cassie was lying about any of the allegations in her lawsuit?
Not at all.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. So forget all the other allegations. Forget this new guy. Forget the Jones dude. With just what Cassie laid out,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that he should be prosecuted for anything?
As far as Cassie goes,
Yes.
um,
In and around her direct situation and the other situations that she says she witnessed.
um, yes, I do think so. I do think so. If there are some receipts and proof of, if they can build, a solid case that says that these said things happen, I think so.
Well, I'm
Um,
glad you said that because this new guy, Jones,
yeah, Jones.
I will forward you the document if you want to read it yourself. It
Yeah,
has
I want to see it.
video stills that he forwarded of video evidence along with his petition, his court, what you call it,
Uh-huh.
transcript that
Hmm.
shows Stevie J, allegedly Stevie J in the bed with this white dude. Of course, that could be consensual. But
Yeah.
a whole list of stuff and pointing out this girl that's in front of Puffy is an underage girl. This one over here with this one,
Right.
and he's talking about Cuba Gooden and showing uneasy from I don't know if it's what kind of footage it's from, but being a little touchy feely. It's a lot. It's a lot. And that's why I say it's a lot deeper than just the dealing with women and whether they underage or not. It's a lot going on here. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and if it's true, if these are if this is not like some kind of AI bullshiggery, if he
Hmm.
has these footages, and he said that at times Puffy grabbed his phone and would record
Hmm.
himself in that man's phone in the midst of bullshit, which means that Puffy had got
Hmm.
to a place of feeling like he was untouchable to foulishly do something like that and let that man keep that footage as
Right.
well as other footage. It's kind of extra, but
Now, can he go back to court and be charged with the situation with Cassie because it was already a payout? It never made it to court. So can that happen?
something I think because of how the laws has changed and they opened certain doors for
Hmm.
certain prosecutions when it came to certain acts, they extended them and extended the statute of limitations or whatever the case may be. Yeah,
Yeah.
some situations no. But when it's an organized effort to do certain things to cover up when there's violence involved and other things like that, and you put the RICO involved with it, I think there is no full. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's no statute of limitations as to when you can be charged with a RICO. And then
Yes.
you got to think that the SEX trafficking, that within itself is a network of people and things that are being implicated both from Cassie and from this new dude, right? So
Yes.
that's to do a RICO. But then if you put in the possibility of the allegations of like Albie
Mm-hmm.
Shaw, Kim Porter, this one, that one. Hell, the car being blown up from Kid Cudi, even though that's light compared to the other shit. You put that into play. Going back to the Suge Puffy Tupac Biggie situation with Keefe D and the supposed alleged payment of $1 million. If they can go back through bank records and pull up them old what you call is of I don't know what of a check being tendered
Mm-hmm.
to some company around that time, and then try to find out where that company came from and who was part of that company, whatever. If they can do that, that's a whole nother component to that RICO. It's a lot.
Okay.
I think it's a lot
Yeah,
more.
it's a lot of
It's a
playing
lot.
moving parts with this situation, and I also say when it comes to that whole situation, I know it was mentioned the other day about Cassie and shaving her head. I know Kimmy now was on YouTube, and I
Mhm.
was saying also when it comes to that, and I know abuse follows that. When
Sure.
someone is your artist, that's also like a tricky thing, if I'm making sense. You get what I'm saying? So you
It's
got
the difference
right. You
between
could say, yeah, yeah, yeah. So did you shave your head because you was an artist? Or did you shave your head really because he abused you, put his fist to your face, a knife or a gun, allegedly, and say, shave your head because this is how I want you to look. So that piece to me in the report kind of was like, because, I know how he is with creative control, right? So, amongst other things. So I don't know, a lot of it to me. And let me ask you a question. Did it ever come out and say her NDA expired though? Because I know people were saying that so
no,
she
no,
could finally talk.
no, no, no.
Okay, because I was trying to see why it took her so long to talk. Because they said it really was her husband that
That
was coercing her.
that I don't know about
Okay,
whether it was an NDA that expired or not. But
okay,
the settlement, I'm pretty sure she signed some kind of disclosure or non-disclosure towards the settlement or whatever. And though because she said she couldn't speak on it. But when it comes to the criminal side of things, if there's criminal investigations and prosecution, the NDA does not hold up against that. And she can talk.
it does not.
Her lawyer
Yeah.
came out recently. Her lawyer can talk. She can't. Her lawyer came out recently said we're willing to comply with the investigation and So that's saying they're looking to be of assistance. Cassie just can't, I guess, come forward without them subpoenaing her or coming to ask her questions. Once they come to ask her,
Okay.
then she can open up and say this, da da da. I got this and got that. Then
Mm,
there's the whispers of a said manuscript and or secret phone that Kim Porter might have had that either
correct.
Kamora had and or gave to Cassie or whatever the case may be. And when Kamora spoke about it, all of a sudden her house caught fire. Like right after that, it's just
Hmm.
it's a lot of things that's circumstantial evidence, coincidental or whatever on the
And that's
surface.
what I mean about the muscle. That's what I mean that was just the other day, technically. So you think he still don't have people in place, but you still got people that's still not
That's
afraid to speak up.
that
Yeah.
the thing that
Mhm.
the dude Jones spells out this guy named Fahim Muhammad, whoever he is,
Mhm.
cleanup man or the head of he goes to the police and shuts that down. He goes and take care of other situations, allegedly. But the
Listen, I'm not surprised because just like people were saying down below, I'm not surprised because, of course, for years things have been happening. But I'm not surprised that when anything comes out of anybody, because if you don't spend 24 hours a day with people, you don't know what
no,
type of life they're living
that's a
and what they're leading. So I'm not going to be surprised. These are just people that we probably idolize, we look at, we don't know. We don't know truthfully and factual what happens. Like I said, my prayers are still going up for him. I mean, what Mo at this morning? Because Mo had all the fire for Meg Thee Stallion. We got this black man. We got this black man. Look at Phil face.
I
We
think
got
Mo
this black man.
I think Mo being around certain people in the industry know certain parts of things too. I don't think he'll stand up for this one. But and this is not a witch
I
hunt.
mean, but we don't know. We
This,
don't know
you're right,
what
we
this
don't
man
know.
did.
Totally don't know.
Hmm.
But this is not a witch hunt. But at the same time, just because he has our skin tone or skin tone of like our family members does not give him a pass to get away with heinous
Listen,
garbage or whatever the case may be. Especially
no, you're
when you
right.
when you've had the opportunity, time, to distance yourself from your past, to stop the bullshiggery, to change your ways, and you know what I'm saying, and you have the wherewithal to change lives, you should be held to a higher standard when it comes to doing what's right or doing better. Because if you go down a timeline all the way back to when he was in college, like I said, I was around and know he was a janky promoter when he was at Howard. I know personally. And that's light compared to all these other things that's gone from when he was at Uptown to Bad Boy Town. But the propensity to do certain things, and or you got away with certain things, and you got a slap on the wrist for certain things. These should be triggers to say, okay, I need to get my shit in order. But for some people, it does the opposite, especially when you gain more money and gain more control and gain more power. It makes you feel like John Gotti, Mr. Untouchable. It makes you feel like Nicky Barnes when he got on that magazine cover, Mr. Untouchable. It gives you that feeling, that euphoria, and you kind of live off of that. And that alone can piss some people off, other persuasions, your fellow industry folks, and people above you. It's a lot. Now, should he be ostracized if he didn't do these things? Of course not. He should the same people are accusing him need to apologize, and it should be a reckoning. But if there's truth to a lot of the heinous activities, i.e. the possible deaths and this, that, and third, there's something has, God is the final judge, but here on earth we have a judicial system, and I don't wish nobody jail, but somebody needs to get some sense of closure when it comes to certain things and certain activities.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look at it unfold, because, like I said again too, when you talk about sex, and trafficking and different things like that, I'm waiting to see where that is going to play, and I'm waiting to see where people are saying that it's non-consensual things that you can actually go to jail for, not just like I'm just waiting to see, because I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm looking at it, but I'm still kind of confused. Like, okay, so what's the problem? If you went to the party knowingly, you did these things, you went in the bed knowingly, like you said, allegedly with Stevie J, and the guy, Stevie J's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So really bringing up whatever he chooses to do in his extracurricular activities, for me, I mean, if he didn't sodomize, do anything to the people, like what does that have to do with, you know what I'm saying? I now
Well,
bringing out
with the guy Jones, right? His thing is saying that repetitively, while he was working and living at the place, that Puffy kept coming on to him, kept trying to utilize.
And you stayed there, Jones.
True.
Jones doesn't have Stockholm disease, I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe.
Could. I don't know, because he allowed, like I said, the video footage, he allowed certain advances from other individuals or whatever to a certain extent till he, stopped it or pushed them off, like, or whatever the case may be. And supposedly Puffy divulged, like there was threats, and it's a lot. You got to read it. It's a lot. If it's true, that's why I put allegedly, because you have your side, my side, and the truth or whatever. You know how
you don't
that
want to be
works.
in no Tasha K situation. That's right.
No, I'm never that. That's why I got the allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I'm saying in that document, there's a lot of allegations, not just with Puffy, but people that work under him, for him, and around him, and a couple family members, as well as a couple artists, rapper, singers, and now somebody saying they got audio of rappers saying certain things. I got to hear for myself, but even with AI, it's hard to say whether or not that's him or AI, artificial intelligence. And we're in a devious time altogether. We are in a very devious time, and I hate that this blemish is on hip hop and on our people. But it seems like now it seemed like an ongoing theme, because you got the African Bambaataa situation and the allegations there, or whatever the case may be. And I'm not gonna go deep into that, but people I know that lived in Bronx, from my ex-wife is from Bronx River. Her uncle knows Africa Bambaataa well. Her aunt knows Africa Bambaataa well. They said that the whispers went back to like long time ago as to what was going on in and around the Bronx, and especially in Bronx River, or whatever the case may be. And that's a situation why people ain't come forward, why it took so long. They had a hit squad within their own situation. And Africa Bambaataa damn sure ain't nowhere near as powerful as Puffy. So you have to understand, some people fear certain situations. Some people don't give a damn. Like, you
Yeah,
ain't,
they feel
I
differently.
how many people you got around me.
Like
But
Jaguar Wright, and some others that have spoken up about this. Yeah, they don't care.
exactly.
And
But
they okay from what we can see.
Jaguar Wright is a minority when it comes to that. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, I ain't trying to get killed. Look what happened to so and so. I ain't trying to end up in a coma. I ain't trying to die mysteriously, or I ain't trying to da 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 da." You be surprised how many people turn a blind eye, whether they actually seen something, heard something, know something, or not. Some people would just turn a blind eye, like, that's not my business. That's not my business. I didn't see what I thought I saw. I don't. When in actuality they could possibly help a situation get rectified early, or early on. Like you said, why not come forward? Why not? Because then maybe some of these things would not have happened to other people down the line if they happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, save
Bronx River.
somebody else. Yeah, but yeah, I'm like I said. So yeah,
You
send that
might know
stuff to me because
yeah. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I don't know everything that Jones is saying, but and I know people they make reference to the music industry too. I would keep his music and how he ran a label, because that's every head of a label really, when you're trying to get out of contract, or you know what I'm saying, like that happens all over the place. So I
Yeah,
would keep it to his personal life, if that's what the case is. I mean, not letting people out of their deals and contracts up, and that happens more than a little bit um for label heads. So I mean, being a janky promoter, of course, that's the reg. I mean, and being a
that's
janky
like
label head, that's the reg. Yeah, that's like, yeah. But yeah,
compared to all.
well,
And
thank
and
you. I'm
and
gonna comment.
Nazir, I haven't charged him and sentenced him. I'm merely reporting what's out there. This is what I do. This is what the morning show is about. It's about breaking news, trending news that you can use, etc. This is a hot topic, and this is a topic that's pertinent to our community, being a black community, being a hip hop community, being a music community. What, no matter which way you lean on it. So I haven't sentenced him. I just feel like certain things are going to happen. I think certain things are going to take place, given the visual of what's going on, and them sending Homeland Security, being somebody that has dealt with the feds on a minor level, and seeing what the lengths they went through and what they did in my situation. And my shit wasn't nothing near none of this crap at all. To see what they did, and the lies, and the game they played with that. And trust me, some other stuff is coming down the pike. They wasn't there just to rattle the fence, or shake somebody up. That wasn't it. They could have did that with local police. They could have did that with, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, U.S. Marshals. The fact that they came the way that they came and how they came, and to spend all them taxpayer dollars, both for LA and Miami and New York, or whatever the case may be. There's something there, Nazir. There's something there. Whether he gets convicted of it or not, whether he gets off of it, whether he beats it, whether he gets a slap on the wrist, whatever the case may be, there's something going on. And to me, it's deeper. I think the sexual activity is one piece of that puzzle. And I think they use that as their end. Use that as their end, and I guarantee you it's going to,
Yeah.
because even with
I'm gonna
the
say this. Oh, go
uh,
ahead. Go ahead. No, I was
the
gonna say
Brendan
something before I
Paul
left. Hmm.
with Brendan Paul was coincidental. Is the guy that they locked up is the dude Jones listed him as one of the people in his what you call it, said that is it allegedly is Diddy's drug mule, that he's tasked with getting drugs and stuff that is utilized in all these situations and more. So the fact they all of a sudden stopped his staff, or whatever the case, at that plane, whatever plane, and when customs officials went on board, got him, these things they could be highly coincidental, but I would say not so, especially at the
I
time that
think
it's
it is. Yeah, I think it is. I'm gonna say something really quick because, and I get what you're saying about it. How it's like, I think that he was looked at, and for a minute, I think that it was something that was built up, definitely. But also, we have to look. I also think it was a call. I think it was a call, and I think it was a call from someone in power. The reason why I say that is because when you have these big heads of security, you have the big boys come in. They're not only going to do homes; they're going to do offices. He has offices in Atlanta. He has offices in New York. He has offices in. So, what about the offices? Do you think they're going to get to the offices because they only went to the homes? Because also things happen in studios, things happen in the office. You get what I'm saying? So when is that going to happen? That's why I feel like it is a witch hunt because you
I
didn't
get you.
cover all bases if you're the
If,
big boys.
if some of these freak offs happen in residences, they might be looking for DNA evidence. They might be the kind that you don't clean up. They'd be between them. Who knows? There's a lot of speculations to keep it a buck. And who knows they didn't go to a studio or two, but it might not just be publicized at the moment. Who knows? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true. But they publicize the home, so that's why I was saying that. And like you said too,
They
they
might
will
just say
bust down the walls. Yeah,
small
they
thing,
will. Yeah, yeah. You confiscate electronics. So let me tell you something. He's a very smart guy, and I'm not saying that things could be backed up, erased, whatever. Feds want to find the CIA, whoever they're going to find it. But for them to not, charge and not to find anything, and for them to say it's a witch hunt, you're not finding anything. Do you think that it's over? Do you think they backed off? Do you think they're coming back? Like, how does that look when it comes to that?
think that they're coming back. Maybe not for another search, but I think he's gonna get pulled in by way of his lawyer for a conversation. I think some things. I think it's deeper than that, and I
Deeper than rap?
it's definitely deeper than rap.
Jesus. Let
Like
me
I
go.
said, you got to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the comments.
All
I'm listening.
right.
All right.
Peep scheme, I'm with you on that. Yeah. KVD played a big part in this. When KVD got locked up, I said they was coming for Puff. I said it. That's why I said I think it's way deeper than these freak off parties. I think it's way deeper than that. Amazing starts that everyone's NDA is different. Some NDAs basically say they own you for 100 years. I get that. I get that. I get that. And I'm pretty sure he covered his bases in a lot of ways too. But this individual supposedly says that he has footage. He was around enough to where he could just let his camera just in different instances and pick up certain things. And there's still shots within that footage. Some of y'all might have seen it already. Some of y'all not. You can actually Google the case and pull up the file. It's a PDF file of 34 some odd pages. But listen, I got no heaven or hell to put that man in. I'm not his maker, creator, nor am I his terminator. The thing of it is that it has heavy implications that will rock hip hop, rock the music industry, rock the television industry. If this does play out into something. Um, One way or the other, whether they pursue something or they let it go, it should serve notice. It should serve notice to other execs, black, white, and in indifferent or whatever, but especially specifically black and brown executives and power players or whatever the case may be that might have a checkered past. That might have a checkered past. If you have a checkered past and you got that second or third chance, let it go. Leave it alone. It might not be worth it. It might not be worth it. But I'm just saying. Peep how most of the key players passed. Peep scheme, that's a fact. That's why I feel like it's more to it. Because see, a lot of times they know you did something. They know you did something. They just need for certain things to take place to kind of be able to present or pursue action. That's on state, local, or federal, local, state, or federal level. A lot of times they know you did it. They know you'll play out with the drugs and all that. They know all that. But they waiting for certain key things to happen to target and or go after you. But yeah, I think they're coming back. I definitely think they're coming back. 2 of his closest bodyguards were killed. Yeah. That's a fact. Remember that BET Awards when this ninja was in his room with Kevin Hart? Oh, and what he said, and Kevin Hart started laughing. Listen, it's too much. Like a man's personal fetishes, a man's personal sexual fantasies and or activities with consenting adults. That's what you do. That's what you do. But if you trick somebody into it, if you drug somebody into it and then held that over their head to get more sexual activities and or to have them do other things for you, that's where it gets twisted, sick, and illegal. If there are underage girls that were brought there specifically for certain acts or whatever the case may be, and or drug to do certain acts, that's where it gets illegal. If you are participating in, calling the shots for, orchestrating, or have somebody else orchestrate the cleanup, the unaliving, the maiming, the harming, the shutting up of people that might know some of your dirty laundry, know about some of them bones and where they're buried in your closet or wherever you got them buried, that's when it becomes illegal. And these things all intertwined is how RICOs and continuing criminal enterprises are built and prosecuted. And I get it. I get it as a touchy situation because for what's up, RB? For all too long, we've seen our brothers and sisters persecuted and prosecuted. Some rightfully so, and some unjustly so. And some of us might feel like, okay, but there's people of other persuasions doing the same thing. Why not them? Well, you got the situation with the dude from Nickelodeon. He only got, was it 12, 13, 16 months, which is incredible to me. Incredible to me. People say, why are you not concerned about that? I am concerned about that. But just because somebody else does it from another race or creed or nationality or orientation does not negate the BS in your backyard. It don't mean that I'm tilting my head the wrong way. It doesn't mean that those of our tones, our hues, our lineage, our heritage should get away with heinous acts and monstrosities in our communities or dealing with our communities just because they are, quote unquote, our people. And I think we need to get out of that mind state because that mind state keeps us boxed in and locked down in a crab in a barrel type of world. We ain't seen you this invested in the jet. No regarding. I was very invested in that. I was very invested in that. This one hits home a little bit different though, no regarding, because I know some of the players in it. I've seen them, and I've seen their ascension. I've seen some of the I can't say the activities. I've seen people before they got to where they are now. I've been a part of the hip hop community. I've been a part of the entertainment community. So it hits home a different way. It almost hits home a little bit as if it was like a family member involved, one way or the other. I feel the same. If Diddy's on the other side, then he's on the other side. But if all parties was involved, then it's consensual. I would never compare two. It is two separate instances. Amazing Star. That's a fact. It is two separate instances. But if you drug somebody to get them to do what you want them to do, and you coerced or held that over their head, because that's some of the allegations that he filmed certain activities and threatened to out people or whatever the case may be. I don't know how true that is. Like I said, it's all allegedly. That's why I got that ticker running right there. But we gonna see how it play out. We gonna see how it play out. If that man is innocent, then get him cleared ASAP like Rocky. But if he's not, what y'all want done with him? That's my question to you. If he's innocent, clear that man name up ASAP like Rocky. But if he did it, what y'all want done with him? That's my question. I knew a couple people in and around that situation, Nazir. Not necessarily in these new allegations. No, not in these new allegations. No. What would y'all like to see if he's innocent? Free that man, clear his name, restore him, like the Bible say, restore a man to his position. But if he's guilty of these things, if he actually did these things, perpetrated these things, orchestrated these things, et cetera, what would y'all like? What would y'all like to see done? All I would say, Howard University party them a while. Right, right. That's a fact. Why y'all being quiet? Why y'all not answering? What would y'all like see? What would y'all like to see done? Right? Y'all like to see him with get a slap on the wrist. Y'all like to see him get a 16-month sentence if he did any and all of these things. What would y'all like to see done? Nothing until the finish with. So so no regarding. So let me ask you, and I think that's an ongoing situation too. But so because one person is under investigation and the investigation is not closed, somebody else should slip through the cracks, or somebody else should not be dealt with, or somebody else only because their skin tone is closer to ours or closer to our family or family members. Huh? If he's guilty, then he must walk the line. I respect that, Nazir. That's what I'm talking about. I respect that. I respect that. I don't know what they saying he did. Sounds to me like he was just freaked out, gay, and abusive to women. But I've been through that. Give him a couple DVs, SEX, and drug rehab from what they present. It's a little bit deeper than that. But I respect that too. I respect that. I would like for everyone to stop talking about it. Too much energy for a P word. The bird said, I would like justice prevail. There you go. I respect that. They always wasting taxpayer. Now, at the end of the day, Amazing Star, no matter how you look at it, that's a lot of taxpayer money be wasted in a lot of these investigations, because the investigations don't even a lot of times be handled properly, dealt with right. Uh, you be surprised. I don't care what anyone thinks of my opinion. People surprise me like y'all live on the rocks and not seeing all these folks after 20 years or so get freedom for being, excuse me, innocent the whole time. reparations is getting closer and closer, Mace. So what? People like to get high. I really don't care. I have my own problems. I could dig that. Who gives a F? Okay. I could dig that. I could dig that. Y'all said, who gives a figgy? Now, on to the next. On to the next. On to the next. As you all have heard, or most of y'all have heard, there's been a tragic set of events that have happened in Baltimore to where the Francis Scott Key Bridge has been shattered, torn down by way of a barge or whatever you want to call it, hitting a support column and knocking it down. Here is footage from said accident, and then I got some further dialogue on it. Very tragic situation. I don't think they found everybody that was possibly on that bridge. I wish I could have got the other footage. Y'all can kind of see how long it is, but it looked like a narrow bridge. And when this other footage have like an aerial view of that bridge that shows you the how big that bridge was, and how many cars could have potentially been on that bridge at that time that were involved with this tragic situation. Let's pray for Baltimore. Let's pray for the families of those people, wherever they were from, because I'm pretty sure everybody that was on that bridge was not from Baltimore. But pray for the families of those that are missing, those that have died, and those that's even survived, because that's still a traumatic situation that they're gonna have to deal with for a long time, right? I have another clip of a gentleman who's an engineer, and he's an ex Coast Guard or whatever the case may be, and he believes that something else might be in tow with this. He feels as though that something's not being said, or something's not being presented with this case, or whatever the case may be. Let me play this, and then we'll talk about it.
Let me be that dude, the retired coastie, to tell you, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way that no tanker ship is gonna crash into no bridge at night by mistake. Question to all my coasties out there: where the pilot boat at? And where the tugboats at? And where's the horn? The warning, the crash warning before it hits. I ain't hear no warning. I ain't hear no nothing. I'ma leave that with y'all. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And it's a couple days after that Russia attack. Don't let that go over your head, my people.
That's so sad, man. I couldn't imagine being on that bridge. They hit that bridge on purpose. Keywords: crisis response team, and recovery. If you know anything about staged events, you know what I'm saying. What he said made sense though. Like, yeah, you don't hear any like horns, you don't hear no warning sirens, you don't hear anything. Um, supposedly there was a call made of distress or something, or mayday or something from that vessel or whatever, supposedly. But all like sound wise, you don't hear any womp womp to kind of let people know something's going on. And some people said that they were able to stop some traffic or whatever the case may be. I don't know how true that is or not, but it's a very, very sad situation. Why didn't anyone notify police or police officials, public officials? Power was out on the ship before it hit it. Yeah, I agree with him. How they get the full footage of what happened? Interesting. Yeah, because it looked like somebody was definitely recording towards the bridge when it happened. What would make them? What would make them want to or have the need to record towards the bridge? Hmm, that's a good point. These wannabe conspiracy theorists. Power went out. Okay, who don't record them in action? Everyone coming for Diddy because he like. Mm. City will be more separated from Maryland. They say the boat lost power though. But did it? Because it didn't look like the boat was blacked out. Let me play that clip again. Let me play that clip of the accident. Let me see. That boat didn't lose. That boat had power. Now, if you want to say engine power, that might be a whole nother thing. But it definitely had power on there because y'all saw them lights before it hit the bridge. Now the lights and all that went out when it hit the bridge, but there definitely was power on that boat. So they might have lost engine power, but if they had other power, they definitely could have tried to get a mayday or something going on. It wasn't only construction workers on that bridge, Tanky. Or is that what they saying in the news locally? It was, and the anchor was put down. Oh wow! But but does the horn work when the power goes out? Also, a boat of that size, similar to a train, even being that close to stop, wasn't enough. Yeah, they should have been trying to stop it well before then. That's a fact. Why the F were they going towards the bridge and not straight ahead in the first place? Amazing Sauce said, I can't wait for Diddy to sue everybody. No, there was cars going over the bridge too. You can see, yeah, that's a fact. The infrastructure in this country is old. Is a major bridge collapsed in Pittsburgh not long ago. Several have come down in recent years. The boat lost power and radioed the Coast Guard. Then they closed it to oncoming traffic. 8 workers were on the bridge. Only 2 were found. Okay, okay, all right. Y'all act like there are not cameras around. It was, but they was able to stop most of the traffic. Okay. Well, Miss A Block, I will say that if they sent out a mayday and called out in enough time, then they do have police that patrol 695 and all that, because it's like a beltway. It's like one big loop or whatever the case may be. So they could come in and try to stop traffic or whatever the case may be, whether they become successful at it or not. Miss Piggy Lay said, some thought says power was out. Miss Piggy Lay said that they lost power twice. Yes, it went black 2 times, Phil. First time rolling, and the second time when it approached the bridge and the lights had came back on. I got you. You can see the boat lose power in the other footage. Got you, TF 3100. Hmm. Got you, Rashad. Got you, Rashad. Phil, do more home research. I'm gonna do some more research, Tanky. I got y'all. I got you. I doubt. It definitely was subtle. A daggone horrible freak accident. Yeah, because you got to understand, like, if the engines was going at a time and it was propelling it one way, when that goes off, the current of the water plus the the momentum that the ship already had anyway is going to keep it going in a certain direction, whether it starts veering one way or not, or stays straight course. Ohio Bridge was on fire at the same time. Really, that's interesting. I read they presume everyone else dead means they not looking anymore. Yeah, after a certain amount of time, yeah, both that size wouldn't go under the bridge on either side. It would have went through the middle. That's a fact. That's a Piggy Lace. That's the first time I heard about the Ohio Bridge. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Why are Maryland bridges so low? I do not like the Chesapeake Bridge. Is Phil froze? Nah, only in your mind, Tinky. Only in your mind. Oh wow. I go around the city. I avoid bridges ever since the Bay Area bridge fell down in an earthquake. I don't like them. Hmm. Man, imagine driving on that bridge and you feel me? She said, I can't swim. That's my biggest fear. Wow. I look frozen. Hey, CD, they're still looking for people right now. Okay. Jay Chanel, most bridges were constructed so long ago, they aren't equipped for all the traffic we have now. That's true too. Dez, that's a fact. Y'all better learn how to swim. Y'all better learn how to swim. J Man said, take swimming lessons now. You feel me? I believe he's innocent. I will not put thinking him in there. Amazing Star, we talking about something totally different. What are you talking about? You still talking about the P. Diddy stuff? Before Phil brings his final words and lands a plane, this is your chance to get right with GMG. Is it one? Hey, Rich, go to bed. Pause. Y'all are bugged out. Um, there's a couple more things that I want to get into, but I'll save them for Friday. I'll save them for Friday. I think we, been bombarded by enough for one day. Imagine all that stuff falling with you. Right, Takey. Right. It looked like something out of a movie. It looked like something right out of a movie. Learn how to float. The dead man's float on your back. That's a fact. What you say? Save them. I ain't got time. If they are old, bridges should be rebuilt. That's a fact. Google how many bridges in the U.S. need repair. Pittsburgh is the city of bridges most need work. They have fixed a couple with that infrastructure bill. In a situation like that, you may know how to swim. It would also matter if your body goes into shock, especially being in a closed car. That's a fact. Crazy, but it seems like the car stopped passing before the boat hit. They said the ship was the size of 3 football fields. That's a big sum of my bitch. Well, ABC here and ATLs are saying all search efforts have stopped. Tell your people to alert them. Oh, wow. That's a fact. I was saying that last night, Tinky. Get one of them window breakers and the ones that will cut the seatbelt for you. Because let's be honest, right? Who thinks about or plans for that type of disaster? Who plans or thinks about that type of disaster? You just trying to get home from work. You worried about other cars doing dumb shit and swerving or not paying attention on the road, or a deer maybe running out on the road. Well, who would think that you be going across a bridge and the bridge would get knocked down? Who? Nah, I'm after this show, I gotta take care of some things. I might go live after that after a minute, but I got some stuff I gotta take care of right after the show. Imagine what's going through the whole people mind. Yeah, that just got off that bridge. Man. Hey, Tinky, that part. You know how much of a why not me feeling, thank you, Lord, or I'm blessed, like the varying thoughts and feelings. Man. Well, the Republicans keep voting down their infrastructure bill. Man, listen. Well, the headrest in your car are window breakers. Every time I cross a bridge over water, I think about my exit plan. Okay. Okay, Tinky, coming through with the knowledge. With the knowledge. We need parachutes in our cars. Shit. Prepared for a situation and having experience in situations is really different. That's a fact. Think I would have pulled over and just cried. Man, listen. And I think some people probably did. Some people probably did, Vino. When you high, you think about a lot of stuff. I tell my family, follow me or get left. Yeah, I think the same way, Tink. I hate bridging. Man, oh man, just be thankful, y'all. Just be thankful. Hopefully none of you all's family members, friends, or associates were among those that went through this tragedy. And just pray for those that actually did. You know what I'm saying? Pray for those that actually did. And I am gonna play this one. I'm gonna leave you with this situation right here. When it comes to, you'll see.
You should develop something called one-hand stress. I only care about what my mama say, what my kids think, if it's gonna mess up the money in the business, what my boys think. That's it. It don't even get to 5. Then I made up a quote for myself. If a nobody can influence a somebody, then the nobody wins. But the question of the day is, who are you? Nobody.
Who are you? Nobody. Listen, don't let nothing or nobody tell you what you can't be, what you can't do, who you are to become, who you can't become, who's right for you, who's wrong for you. You hold the keys to your destiny. God will not even defile your will to choose to be whatever it is you want to be or do whatever it is you want to do. Have at it and be great. That's all I can say about that. And if you got naysayers around you, let them nobodies get from around you and get you a circle of people that believe in you enough to want to see you be great. Whether they are in the same field or not, whether they like the same field or not, whether they are interested in the same field or not, as long as they positively want to pour into you, whether it be spiritually, whether it be words of affirmation, whether it be financially, whether it be motivation, whatever the case may be. If your circle is down and you always negative and saying bullshit, get them from around you and get you a new circle. Listen, and at the end of the day, only you can be you. Only you can be you. Will you be a great you or will you be a lazy, complacent you? That's all up to you. Not Pastor Phil. Y'all silly. That's real spill. Be the best you that you can be. And don't let nothing or no one tell you differently. You feel me? Pass the plate around. I'm going to leave y'all on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what I like to say. Smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including thine own self. Listen, wow. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose with purpose. Last but not least, I'm not anti-you, I'm pro-me, with the emphasis on building we. Let that marinate your melon to the next time we can chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, y'all know I'll holler. The ATM is located in the back. Y'all are bugged out. Love y'all on purpose, though. I do. I love y'all on purpose. And thank you for tapping in, tuning in, and being a part of this wonderful conversation. Whether you agreed with the dialogue or not, whether you cared about the topics or not, whether you felt strongly for or against anything said or not, I appreciate each and every one of y'all being here. You hear me? I ain't sending no collection plates around. Y'all be great today, though. You hear me? Peace, Nazir. Play Bone Thugs and Harmony for J-Man later. Kimmy, peace. Y'all be blessed, though, and y'all make sure y'all love on somebody on purpose, meaning in a or humanitarian aspect. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of world out here, and there's a lot of hurt people, and there's a lot of people in need. And some just need a kind word. Some just need right on time words. Some people just need a smile. Some people might need a hug. Some people might need a ear to listen, to get weight up off of them. Would you be that? That's all I'm gonna say about that. Would you be that? Yeah, man. You're welcome, Jeannie. You're welcome. That was my fault that I didn't do the Twitch earlier like I was supposed to. But this Thursday, 12 to 4, Twitch. If you ain't got Twitch, you better get it for real talk and good jams. We gonna have a party. Listen, huh? Tip your waiters. That part right there, Harry Hagan. Whether you're an apologist for Diddy or not. Oh shit, Harry, go to bed. Pause. Feel someone was recruiting Kimi now again. You say who? Who, Tinky? Who was recruiting King Me now? What you talking about? Thank you, Jay, man. I appreciate that. Look, Miss A Block talking about slurp on somebody. Miss A Block, I'll be glad when you do it. I'll be glad when you do it and stop talking about it, huh? Dread, I appreciate that. Peace scheme. Brethren. Who was trying to recruit him, Tinky? She talking to me. I wasn't trying to recruit nobody. Basically, Phil a copycat. Never. Who said that? A Block make Phil a robe. What? What you mean? Basically, Phil a copycat? In no way, shape, or form am I a copycat. Especially when I was talking about it publicly, doing just what I did for longer than somebody else was playing music on their thing. Stop it. Calm down, big fella. I'm calm. I'm just saying, I'll be glad when you gone and something. Have at it. Oh, you talking about them people. Oh man. Get a life. Tell them the next time they bring that up, tell them get a life. Because I'm not trying to do what they doing neither. No, nor is what I'm doing a whole real show, or whatever the case may be. It's more so just about playing the music. Come on now. And like they was the first people to play music on Twitch. Come on now. Stop the bullshittery. Come on. I got the hit, Young Dreads. I got it. That's a fact, Jay, man. That's a fact. I know at all times. Thank you, Lady Costanita. And for anybody else that might have forgotten to hit that like button, do that for your boy, please. It don't cost you a thing. That part, QB, that part. Have at it and be great. Listen, I've heard so many people say my slogans and saying male and female alike on their shows and on other people's shows. So let's cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Stop the bullshittery. The IG streets been hella dead and burnt out. Phil had a quiet storm last night. Dez, listen. If they know my Twitch, that means they watching too. That part, listen. Lady Costanita, so have at it. That part. Listen, ain't nobody I'm not trying to outdo nobody. I'm not trying to be like nobody. And I'm not even playing music quite the same way they doing it. Or for the same reasons. So come on now. Stop it. I get it. They love me. They love me and they don't know how to express it other than by showing animosity, unnecessary animosity. Come on now. Thank you. Thank you, Notorious. Thank you, QV. We'll tomorrow come up with a theme. I ain't got to come up with no theme. I'm just going to do me like I've been doing me. Like it, love it, or they can hate it. Guess what? I thought that's what I'm saying. I thought theirs was a show. This is a music request show. Different. J-Man, that's it right there. Bong. Bong. They don't be asking for no requests on their stuff. Nobody does that I know of. Stop it. Nah, I don't want no shots. Y'all be trying to buy me $1,000 worth of shots if I started that shit. Had me toe up for real. Right. Hey, yo, me. That mentality is weird. You can only take it for a smart. Man, it's all good. Shout out to them and their endeavors. Shout out to everyone. I want everybody to win. You hear me? I want everybody to win and be great. That's it. You said, damn, show would. Ain't Notorious. You trying to get me drunk, Notorious? Why you trying to get me drunk, huh? Tomorrow I have a theme so we can request music within that theme. Okay, Tanky. I got a theme for you, Tanky. Can we donate to have Phil stop using his SEX real voice? Wow, DJ and no Diddy. Hey, Rashad Houston, don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Dana Mac, as I that stretch felt so good. Ooh, excuse me. As I always do about this time, Dana Mac, I ain't got no choice but to be me and do me. I don't want your thing, but BB, what? What are you talking? Hey, Tinky, see, I wouldn't even talk about like that, but that's all right. That's okay. Have a big feel up there. What? Young Dre is never. That water bottle got small fit. I got a couple of them over here. I got to go get some more of my big bottles. That's all I had in the house at the moment. Des. That's a fact. It's all type of DJs on Twitch. That's what I'm saying, man. Come on now. You are very behind on the comments. No, I'm not. I'm right here at the end of them. Pause, Amazing Star. No more. Oh, you talking about on Twitch? No more dancing janitors. Who the hell are a dancing janitor? Lord have mercy. I know. He went from the janitor to the uncle at the barbecue. You like watching who dance? You like watching who dance, yo, me? And no more snippets. Gotta keep it running, gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep it going. First 12 what? Shots is on you? Well, look, go ahead and send the money. I got some liquor back there. I'll take them shots now, huh? 12 shots at their prices. That'll be what, 250? Go on, send that 250 over. You hear me? Hey, yo, me. Picture that one. You got me messed up. I love how no one told me y'all was on Twitch last night. You weren't in the room? I'm sorry, Miss A Block. It was impromptu though, to make up for not doing it earlier today. Excuse me. You said 250, shit, 12 it is. I thought you were talking about 12 shots. And you trying to say $12. What? You know, you can go ahead, you know what I'm saying? That's Notorious says, shit, knocker, you ain't getting my 250. Ain't nobody shady, Miss A Block. Since your Copperfield take a man, listen. God bless them, man. I am, but I'm only sending 12. Ain't that about a Lord of mercy? Listen, Notorious, I know my worth. You hear me? I know my worth, and $12 ain't gonna get it, baby. So let me stop. We on your list. My bad, Miss A Block. I'm sorry. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all be blessed. I am tired. In between last night and this morning, and I got to take care of something after I get off here, so I can't even go lay down just yet. But love is love, dog. You hear me? Love is love. That's my regular voice, Rashad. That's my regular voice. I can't help it. I couldn't help it if I wanted to. Couldn't help it even if I could. Mr. Phil, a lot of your sayings have stuck with me. Oh, thank you. You feel me? Not good night, Philly. Notorious. It ain't night time now. You have a great day too, Lady Cosanita. Y'all be blessed. I'm up out of here. I quit. Today's my last day. That's all right. I'll give you 2 Quaaludes. You love me in the morning. She'll be back. She'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. So now, y'all be blessed.